Welcome to My Skeptical Sister. I'm Erin, the believer.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one, and we are in a different location.
I know it's like old times. We're back in our first studio.
It is. I love it. I love it. Yes, back in the very beginning days.
Right, when I used to abandon my children.
Yes, and tonight Kevin's home, but my husband abandoned me.
Yeah, so now, that makes it sound like forever.
Not forever, just for the weekend. He and my stepson went on a man's trip, so they're off overnight video gaming.
They're over hunting and
hunting. No, they're geeky men. Yeah,
a geeky man trip.
Yeah, some sort of weird thing where they go and play video games all night long. It's called Land War, but if you call it Land War in front of my husband, it's Land War. Like, it's going to sound like super fancy.
It's not lame if you pronounce the flourish.
If you make it sound French, it sounds like we're doing something very intelligent instead of just going and playing first-person shooter games all night long.
Yeah, cool,
right?
cool.
Mm-hmm, cool. But you know what? Hey, he loves it. I'm happy for him. He came home for a brief time this morning with a huge smile on his face, telling me all about it. So I pretended to enjoy every part of it and be really into what he was saying, and then sent him back on his way.
Yeah,
so,
goodbye.
Right. Love you. Have fun with your boy stuff. I don't know.
Next weekend, you get to go all weekend
right,
with no children.
Yeah, except for he let me go for an entire week last spring.
Yeah. That's been paid for. You're good.
Okay. Well, then in that case, Erin says I get to go.
That's right. You're welcome.
Don't know where. Don't know with who.
Does it matter? It doesn't.
By myself. Wouldn't that be nice? A whole weekend by yourself.
Right. Sounds amazing.
I don't even know what that's like anymore.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be amazing. Okay. Sorry. Stop dreaming about it.
No, it's okay. So listen, I'm thoroughly freaked out, and we've been sitting here for like 20 minutes and I haven't been able to say it because I wanted to save it for the podcast. But while walking over here.
Okay.
Which is no later than normal.
Okay. Yeah.
I hear like the Kill Bill whistle.
Shut up.
I did. I really did.
I cannot believe you're waiting till just now.
I know. It was very scary.
I would have gone out there. I would have gone out there. Yes.
No, then you would have died.
I would have joined in on the whistle.
On the whiffle?
On the whiffle. I would have joined. Yeah, I can't whistle. Nor can I pronounce the word whistle. I can whistle only by sucking air in. I can make it loud.
Pretty good.
Yeah, but it's only by sucking air, and it's a cheat.
Yeah, I'm not very good at it at all. It's very windy when I do it.
Yeah, I always heard some weird thing about like you can either whistle or snap, but you can't do both.
I don't think that's true.
I know. I'm a skeptic of it too. I don't think that's true.
Penelope can do both, and she's 6 years old.
No, she's a genius. There it goes. There it is.
Oh, bummer. Yeah, I don't know. It was very creepy. And I just tried to whistle it. Luckily, it didn't make any noise because I started thinking, what if we get like sued for doing that copyright song last week? And now I'm doing another one. So listen, if we get big enough, we'll just take that down. Jody got her birthday song, and we'll take it down. Nobody sue us.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what song did we sing? I forgot about that.
Is that a Beatles song?
Yeah, I think it is a Beatles song.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. My Beatles knowledge is very, very limited.
Yeah, that's because Mom hated the Beatles for some weird reason.
Yeah.
I love them.
I think Mom's like one of those kids who hated Twilight because Twilight was cool. So she was like, oh, I hate the Beatles because Beatles are cool.
Oh, Mom's me. I'm Mom.
Yep, your mom. That's what I'm saying.
I'll take it. She's pretty amazing. Smart lady because Twilight, ugh.
Whatever. So what's going on with you?
Oh, well, my son found my vibrator earlier.
Oh, that's always fun.
We'll just go right into that. So it was in the pillowcase.
Sure.
Right?
Obviously.
Where you stash it sometimes when you're just a little too tired to put it back where it goes. And everybody starts having a jump on Mom and Dad's bed pillow fight. And all of a sudden I'm like sitting on the couch, like, oh my gosh, I need to go make sure. And it was like the timing. I'm so glad I went in there right when I did, because he jumps down on the pillow. They had like made a big pallet on the floor so they could jump off the bed onto the floor, and he jumped on it and I guess turned it on.
Oh, hello.
Yes. And then was like, as I'm like around in the corner, he's like, oh my gosh. So I knew. So like beeline to in there. He's like, this feels so weird, Mom. And I was like, and I just grabbed the pillow. I was like, well, that's
was
so
it still
strange.
in the pillow?
Oh yeah, it was totally still in the pillow. He didn't see anything, but he was like, it feels so weird on these pillows. And I was like, that's so strange.
I think this pillow is broken.
I better get rid of this pillow. So I just discreetly pulled the pillow away and was like, go continue to have fun and play. Whoopsie daisy. But that's way better than the time he found it while I was in NTI and came up and handed it to me while I'm in a parent, not parent, thank God, not parent, but teacher conference with 2 other teachers.
Right. So NTI, real quick, is our virtual, when we did virtual school. So
like
everything
Zoom
was
meetings. Yeah.
All the Zoom meetings, and she was in a parent teacher, or not parent teacher. Dang, I did it too.
Yeah.
In a teacher conference. That's so embarrassing.
Yep. And I have never found that off-camera button faster in my life.
Well, thank
and
goodness.
When I came back in, there were definitely some smirks. And I'm like, oh, it had to have been seen.
Hey, you know what? Embrace it.
Listen, it is important.
Yeah.
Self-care.
If you don't have one, what you doing?
Care. Yes. I am proud to self-care. You should be too. If you have one, if you don't have one. If you're wondering, what could I do for self-care? And you don't have one?
Start there.
That's a mighty fine place to start.
Oh my gosh.
All I'm saying. So, but pro tip, put it away.
Yeah. No matter get a lock.
How tired you are, right? Always, yes. Oh, and you think I learned the first time. Oh man.
Sometimes you're not motivated to move after. I don't want to get too far into detail, but
thank you. That's exactly right. And yeah. So, especially after the week we had. Whew.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. First week of school, back in person, full time.
Insane. I was going to soak my feet because they're covered in blisters. I've never hurt as much as I've hurt this week. And I was like, okay, during this podcast, I'm going to sit here and soak my feet. That'll be great. And then I realized we're sitting on a really high kitchen tables and my feet won't touch the ground. So what are you going to do? Sit here in pain. That's what I'm going to do. But it'll be fun.
For you all. You better appreciate it.
Yes, that's right. This is all for you because Aaron and I decided, let's take advantage of the fact that we have at least one husband-free household to do the podcast tonight instead of having to do 2 events in 1 week because we have our movie night this Thursday.
That's right. Yeah. Again, if you're listening right now, you're too late.
Yeah.
Hopefully you already joined.
Man, you keep missing it. Every time we announce it, you're like, oh, I need to join that. Get your shit together. That's all I'm going to say.
Maybe we release a night early. Nah, I don't want to do that.
We're not changing for them. They need to get their shit together.
Yeah. I don't know. Last week, trying to edit the podcast with everything going on with school starting and softball starting with 2 girls, I barely got it done.
I bet. Well, what else we got?
Well, I watched a very exciting movie last night.
Okay, what was it?
Get ready.
Mm-hmm.
It was Alien.
Like the old time Alien?
Yes, I've never watched it.
Shut up. You've never seen Alien? It's one of the best.
They wouldn't let me watch it when I was a kid. Mom and Dad wouldn't let me watch it.
I feel like Dad made me watch that movie when I was like 8 years old.
Dad didn't care about me as much, apparently, because I never watched it.
It's probably because he knew I didn't scare as easy. You remember you get scared of the elves and everything.
Well, that's because y'all tortured me.
You scare easily. Look at you now. I feel like Dad's like I would walk across there and hear that Kill Bill and be like, I would whistle it back to him. Be like, what we got going on here? Where's Uma? I want to see her.
I want to see Uma as long as she's not in Kill Bill mode. Have you seen that movie?
I've not done anything to her that she'd want to come after me for.
I'm
good. I'd just like to see her in action. I would like to know I bet that was a creepy moment though.
It was very creepy. It was getting dark. It was creepy.
Whoever does that, I mean, they're funny. They know they're creeping somebody out.
They're
psychopath. Yeah.
Whatever, it's fine. Well, I watched Alien. I realized I did not know anything about it. Like I knew that there was going to be an alien coming out of a belly at some point. Because I've definitely seen that part.
Right.
I recognized an actor that I was like, I've only ever seen him as an old man, but that's definitely that old guy.
Yeah. He's hot.
He's so young. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's hot old too. So it was.
Yeah.
I was like, I actually think he's hotter old.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think men are like that.
I know bastards. It's not fair. Whatever. I mean, at least we get to catch when we're young.
That's true.
Then they're stuck with us. But then I'm gonna spoil it. So if you haven't seen this movie from 1979,
you're the only one. So go ahead, Aaron. And if she's not, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Go see it.
Just wait. Just come back in like 43 seconds and you will have been past it. But there is a robot twist in it that I was not expecting at all.
That's so funny. I love that because Yeah, and back in 1979, people were like, "Holy shit!"
Well, I was like, why is he like? It looked like he was coming out of his forehead.
I feel like you could have had a little more finesse.
I mean, it was like white dripping down his head. It was so gross.
It is so gross. And then she puts him back together so she can talk him and ask questions. He's got it like coming out of his mouth. And
right. And then when he's talking, he looks so realistic. And then the moment I was like, okay, 79, I see you.
I know. Yeah. The graphics, might not be the best. But still such a good movie.
I had no idea there would be a robot twist. And it was hilarious to me. I couldn't stop laughing. The rest of the movie, I would just start giggling, and Kevin was like, "Are you laughing about the robot?" I was like, "I am." You really did not expect.
So it was just you and Kevin watching it?
Yeah.
Oh my! Had he seen it?
Yeah. But he was like, "Oh, I haven't seen it in so long." I kept saying, "What is something going to happen right now?" And he was like, "I don't know. I don't remember." I like to be warned before I'm scared.
Oh, you're funny. Not me. I'm like, don't tell me. But I've seen all of them. I was like obsessed with them growing up.
I remember that.
Yeah, I loved them because again, Dad, I mean, he always let me watch scary movies. Jaws. Dad and I watched Jaws together like super young.
Yeah, I watched Jaws with Dad.
Yeah, but Alien, I can remember because Mom said she never watched it one time. This was when I was an adult. This was probably like maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And I'm like, Mom, you've never seen Alien? She's like, no, I never had any interest. I'm like, you've got to. And watching a movie with Mom.
Who said it? Yeah, she's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, it was the funniest movie. Like it turned into a comedy real fast. Listen to her commentary because she just could not get over the way everybody was acting, and they're so stupid, and why would they even go there? And but I love that movie though because I think it was like the first movie I watched where there's a woman.
Right.
Who was the badass. Like she saved saved the ship in the end.
Did you know that it was written gender neutral?
Oh,
basically meaning it was probably all men that they wrote in the cast.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know who made the decision to turn
Ripley
into Sigourney, but great call.
Yeah, I'd love to find out who, or I wonder if she advocated for that or what the backstory is.
Right, which is probably why she stays so badass. Like, especially in 79, like she wasn't worried about her kids back home or, weepy or anything. Like they wrote her for a man. So she acted like, a human being who's
now she does in like Alien 2 or I think it's Alien 2.
There's some kid twist.
Yeah, they find a kid.
Because she's got a vagina. She is a woman.
She is a woman. She needs to be motherly at some point.
Right.
Whatever.
Who are these?
Let me tell you, I'm a mom and I ain't motherly.
Oh my gosh.
I have to pull it out from the depths of my soul. Oh yeah, you're a mom. Come on, you can do this.
Oh yeah.
No, but whatever. I got a vagina, so I got to act like one.
That's right. We got to at least pretend like we're not dead inside.
That doesn't happen often. I did cry. Miles started kindergarten and I was like, I'm fine. Like I really, honestly, I wouldn't even, I was just okay. Cause again, we've said before, we think we're kind of dead inside. But I dropped him off at his orientation and I pulled away. So it's not even his first day of kindergarten, but I pulled away and it was like, all of a sudden my face was wet. And I'm like, why am I crying? Because I just sent him in there. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am. And then once I realized I was crying, it was like hysterical bawling. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's so weird.
It is so weird, but he's growing up.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it. But somewhere deep down, I'm a little sad about it, I guess. I don't know.
I had a friend post on Facebook, like the first day pictures of her 2 kids and then her husband, who's a teacher. And she wrote, first day, I miss him already. And I wrote back, you miss him already? Man, maybe I should have stopped at 2. Just funny. Kidding. I love all 3. Oh, Lord.
Right.
I don't regret anything. Okay, let's go into our stories.
Yeah, let's do that before we keep talking about what bad parents we are.
Okay, so I'm going to read an email from Rhonda. It says, hey girls, new listener here. Yay, thank you.
Get on in here, Rhonda.
Come on, I'm so excited. Hoping to join in the spooky sisterhood. I have so much to say and don't know where to start. Hoping this all doesn't come out like word vomit. First, I haven't done a deep dive yet to figure out where exactly you're from, but I'm from Southern Illinois and about an hour away from Evansville, Henderson, tri-state area. So I feel like we're neighbors-ish.
I just love that she's not like, y'all are from way south because of your accent.
So we do live in Louisville, so we're not quite super close anymore. But when I lived in Owensboro, we were, just a couple hours. I just finished listening to your most recent episode where you talked about Reiki. I am also a Reiki practitioner.
What practitioner? That's the word?
Yep, because she goes into it here in a second.
Oh, okay.
And massage therapist, the term masseuse ruffles most massage therapist feathers. We're so sorry.
Oh, ouch. Did we say masseuse, I guess?
Yeah.
Sorry.
As it is often associated with massage parlors, in parentheses, that aren't actually giving massages. If you know what I mean. And I do. And I'm so sorry.
Yes. But they're still working hard.
If that's what you want to do, you go for it. But I'm so sorry too.
Right.
So yes, sorry. Now we know. Massage therapist is the
correct
professional term, she says.
Okay.
Anyone can become a Reiki practitioner, but being sensitive to energies, whether that's through being an empath, psychic, what have you, definitely gives you a leg up. I'm a new listener, and I've started listening to your podcast through an earbud while giving massages, which I think is hilarious because aren't you supposed to be tuned into their energy?
Well, no, during Reiki, I think you are. During a massage.
Okay.
And you might even, if you're really professional, you're like, they're not paying me to tune into their energy. I'm going to just tune that out and go right into my skeptical sister instead because I don't want to tap into anything they don't want me to tap into during a massage.
During a regular massage.
Yes.
So really, she's being extra professional by tuning out their energies.
And listening to us. I mean, that,
love it.
To me, very
whatever it takes to only focus on us. I love it.
Exactly.
Okay, sorry. This last episode in particular had me stifling my screams of excitement. So I had to massage you. So a message.
I wish.
You had to massage us. Okay.
I will take a massage any day.
Right?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take Reiki too. But if you are a massage therapist and you want me to believe in it.
Yeah, let's do a compare and contrast.
Yeah. Definitely think that we need to compare and contrast the two. Starting with my feet.
There we go. And once they're not blistered.
Yeah, true.
So I had to message you as soon as I was finished with my session. So that is so funny because I just think about the times when like I would listen at work back when I had an office job and I would constantly be giggling or whatever. And to think that like suddenly you're
massaging somebody.
Yeah, you're a massage therapist. Like you're sitting there relaxed and all of a sudden you hear
yeah, right.
You'd be like, what? What are you laughing?
That mole, listen, that mole is in the shape of
I had it checked out. Stop laughing. I offered up this story when you asked for sleep paralysis experiences, but after hearing you talk about the Hat Man, I was compelled to send it in again as a sleep paralysis / Hat Man / alien mashup, I guess.
Yes.
I know. This is my 12-year-old daughter's story.
Huh.
A few months ago, my daughter had an experience that sends shivers down my back just retelling it.
Oh my gosh, it's so recent.
I know.
Usually we get like stories that happened years
when they
ago.
were a kid. This is when her kid was
okay. Okay, I'm here.
She said she woke up in the middle of the night to a whole bunch of people standing in her room, and people is in quotations. She said they were all pale white, bald, faceless, and looked kind of shiny as if maybe they were wet.
Do you remember my dream?
Yeah, where we all unzipped and we
Yes, and that's what was underneath it.
Ooh.
Oh, keep going.
Even though they had no faces, she could tell they were all staring at her. One was even standing directly over her head, staring down at her.
Oh my gosh.
Like Rosemary Baby.
Yes, that's what I thought when she said people standing around her.
She said she was so scared that she couldn't speak or move. This gives me sleep paralysis vibes. Then she looks toward her bedroom window and sees a man who looked just like the rest of them, except he was as tall as the ceiling.
Oh my gosh.
Wearing a suit and fedora.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I should have told you that this subject is called sleep paralysis and the Hat Man, ?
Oh, and alien. So she listened and was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
because last week.
She got everything.
Right. And last week we talked about how the Hat Man has been associated with aliens.
Right. Wow. He was just watching her. She said she finally blinked, and when she did, everyone disappeared.
Ooh.
Listen, I know I'm supposed to be the level-headed mom who explains how our brains do weird things when we are in that in-between sleeping and waking stage, but the ghostly paranormal lover in me was freaking out.
I bet. I mean, that's a detailed.
Oh my gosh, so scary. There's nothing worse than when your kids are scared and you are also scared.
Yeah.
You have to be like, it's fine.
Well, and when they're telling you something that is scaring you more and
right.
more, like
Yes, it's horrible.
It's good enough. It's a good enough, detailed enough story to scare you.
Right.
More and more. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. Your podcast got me wondering about a link between Hat Man and aliens.
Mm-hmm.
As she said, everyone was pale, white, and shiny. This gives me alien vibes, even though I've never seen one. I did see a UFO back around 2004.
What? Tell us about that.
And can send that story in if you're interested.
We're
very interested, Rhonda, please.
Yes.
Anyway, if aliens were perhaps something interdimensional rather than coming from another location in this dimension, wouldn't it make sense that blinking could make them suddenly disappear?
Okay, hold on. Explain that. Interdimensional. Explain
that. So instead of it being like aliens come from Mars, she's saying like, what if aliens...
Like time travel kind of?
Sort of, but like almost like there's a different plane, like kind of like Stranger Things, how, there's like two worlds that are simultaneously happening.
Oh, how weird.
And they're interdimensional.
Yeah, I don't believe in all that, but weird nonetheless.
All right, okay, whatever. Couldn't sleep paralysis just be a momentary shedding of the veil between this dimension and others? I've had enough sleep paralysis experience to make me think sleep paralysis can definitely be something paranormal and have a solid explanation all at once. Me too.
I was going to say, okay, Aaron. Sounded just like you.
Exactly. Why can't it be both? That moment between being awake and asleep, when your consciousness has let down its guard and your subconscious has taken the wheel, but your body's mobility is practically useless and could result in a slip between realities and not being able to move until you regain consciousness. Hey, I don't know. Don't listen to me. I barely passed my high school science classes.
Well, you could not tell.
I know.
Like that, right there, I'm like, well, maybe I'm on Rhonda's side. Maybe Rhonda's tipping me more. She did a better job than you did. We'll just say that.
Oh, okay. Well, however we can get there, I guess we'll team up, jerk face. Anyway, I'm happy to have found another fun paranormal podcast to listen to and have all sorts of stories I could send in depending on the topic at hand. So I'll be looking out for those should they arise.
Nice.
Ronnie, she, her. Ronnie, send those regardless.
Yeah, we want them now. We'll make the top. We'll theme it around you.
Right. You send us those stories and then that becomes our topic.
Exactly. Wow. So really not much to debunk there because it could be, that sounds like an alien visit to me.
Right.
Which is terrifying.
It is terrifying. The disappearing as soon as you blink.
Yeah, but like, isn't that a common thing that people who have had alien encounters say, like loss of time?
Oh, that's very true.
Right? So couldn't she have blinked and thought it was just a blink?
Right.
And really more time had passed.
Ooh, I hate that.
I know. That's so creepy.
Yeah.
What do they want?
Right.
Are they friendly? Are they, are they just here to like, what's going on? What's happening?
Right.
They don't seem friendly if they're coming into a 12-year-old's. Like, they seem scary as shit.
Right. And listen, I understand you need research. Like, things need research, but you have to give that consent.
Yes, or make sure I'm so asleep I have no idea it happened.
No. You need consent. I am not down for just being really out.
Oh, let me clarify. Only with aliens.
Gosh, I hope so.
I'm just saying for research purposes. I mean, as long as it's friendly, not going to make some weird thing where they're going to kill us all by the research. It's just like, we're just curious to see what you're all about. Okay, fine. I would give them consent. Maybe I'm just like so naive.
I would just need to know all like
the
side
parameters.
Effects. I need to know everything that's going to happen before I'm like, fine, you can research me while I'm dead asleep. Like, I would still say I need to be dead asleep. You need to know I'm not going to wake up.
Right.
But yes, you can do it as, I don't know. I'm not going to go ahead and put that on record. What if this is what they're taking as consent? I do not consent.
Yes, because the aliens out there are listening to our podcast.
They could be. We're onto them with the Hat Man, and now they're like, oh my gosh, if we're on their radar now. I'm going to be so pissed.
This is cracking me up. I think we're okay. I feel like we're going to be just fine.
Okay, do they whistle?
They might whistle. Like they said they like to kill Bill. How can we get them? That's funny. Yeah, I think that's just wild, though.
Right.
Like, such a vivid, detailed encounter.
Yeah.
with the Hat Man presence.
Right.
And we just learned Hat Man is associated with aliens.
Yeah. Some belief.
That's wild. So,
and like this 12-year-old girl.
Yeah. What would she have a reason to lie?
She wouldn't have a reason to make that connection.
Yeah.
Ooh, I hate it.
Yeah.
So
the only
much.
reason why she's like flipping out while she's listening to our podcast is because her daughter had just told her this.
Right.
And there would happen to be a man in a hat.
Right.
Present.
Yeah. I don't.
That is.
I'm impressed
creepy.
that you stayed professional during that massage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, listen to this.
Oh
shit.
my gosh. I got to tell you something. Wake up. Wake up.
Take the earbud out of your ear. Just like, I'll massage your neck while we both listen. And then I'm going to tell you the story. It's crazy.
You're getting a massage and suddenly you feel an ear pod go into your ear.
It's had
I
good
would
way
probably like it.
I would too. I'd be like, what are we listening to? I'm down for a good podcast.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh man. Well, that was a good one.
I'm
know. So glad we almost banked that for our next sleep paralysis. And I was like, it said Hat Man in there. So let's
go for it.
Let's give it a go. I'm so glad we did. Okay. So, gosh, Ronnie, I feel like we just have to keep going with that. There's just so much to unload there. Like there's
right.
Whew, but I think we did.
Yeah. I think
it just feels like a lot, but let us know. Like if she has anything else happen, we are so curious.
Right.
Yeah. And oh man, like the mom and me would want to just sleep with her every night, like just to make sure, like, you better back the fuck up because whereas I don't mind if I am probed fully asleep. Not allowed to probe. Not my children. They're off limits. Look, I am a good mom.
Oh, you have your boundaries.
And it's aliens. Okay. All right. So that segues nicely and not at all.
Okay.
And not at all. Into our next story. It is titled My Sober But Vodka Fueled Story.
Cannot wait to find out.
Right. Okay. So this is from Jetta, and she is all the way from Finland.
Nice.
I know. It's awesome. And you're going to love this first paragraph because I was like ear to ear when I read it.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait.
Hello, ladies. I have been a listener of yours for a good while now.
Oh.
Thanks to a kind stranger on Reddit.
Shut up. Who was it?
I don't know, but I told you you'd love it.
I don't know how to do Reddit or find this person.
I have no idea what it is.
I don't know.
Is it like what is
I think it's
dorks.
I know. I tried it once and I was like, I don't know how to find anything I'm interested in.
What is it though? Is it something you listen to, you read?
No, I feel like it's like a message board.
For what?
For like anything you're interested in. Anything you're interested in, you're supposed to be able to find like your people. Like I think there are like big Reddit, there's a word for it for like who really killed JonBenet Ramsey.
That's what I was saying. I thought they were all just sleuths. Like I thought that's what it was.
I think any topic you're very interested in, you can like go in and there's some kind of Reddit, like, I don't know, situation going. I don't know how it works.
Every time sounds like a lot of reading.
It does. Every time I asked anybody about it, they were like, well, it was always kind of blown off to the point where like, well, if you don't know, then you don't know.
Right. Like, well, and also not you, but I'm saying me. They're probably like, oh, honey, just go on. Don't even try.
I just took it off my phone not that long ago. Like,
really?
I don't understand
it's an app.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm like, how do you get there? Makes sense that it would be an app because we live in 2021. So it's an app, and then you go into it, and then you like put in a category.
I guess I don't know how to do that part because I could never find it. I want to go down a rabbit hole. Give me a rabbit hole to go down
that I can watch. I don't want to read it.
Yeah.
Make me a movie Reddit, some TV Reddit, and I'm down.
That's called a documentary on Netflix.
Sort. Watch it all the time. Look, I am so smart. I watch this all the time with subtitles on because I read. That's right. But Reddit wasn't even on our radar. Didn't even know we made it to Reddit.
Me neither.
If you're the person who put us on Reddit, thank you so much. And we mean that. And let us know who you are so that you can be our fan favorite because you brought in Jetta and she seems lovely. So here we go.
Lovely drink.
Lovely. Everybody drink. Okay. Thanks to a kind stranger on Reddit for recommending. And I figured it's finally time to tell my little story. Oh, sorry if my English is off. Feel free to edit. It is my second or third language after all.
Okay, Jetta.
Brag much.
Brag. No, just kidding. We're very envious of your intelligence.
We are envious of your country, knowing that it's important enough to make other countries important.
Exactly. I finagled my way out of Spanish in high school.
It
I
wasn't
was like,
a priority, and that's so stupid.
Right.
Like now, as an adult looking back, I'm like, oh, come on, adults in my life, not just mom and dad, but everybody, teachers, like, no, you're going to learn this from kindergarten up.
Right.
Now saying that, I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not doing that for my own kids.
You are. He is at a school where we teach Spanish.
That's right. I didn't quite know it, but yes. I remember.
Teach Spanish.
That's right.
A little bit.
Good job.
I do. It's our test.
I just like, I know. I just liked your own wince of like eyes.
I know. I don't know how I'm in charge of that, but I always preface with, in my class, we're learning Spanish together.
Yeah, that's right. Right. We're both learning. I love it. But anyway, no, seriously, that is amazing. And by the way, her English is probably better than ours. So yeah, well, there's that too.
Although that's not the hardest thing to do. I'm sure
the English language is very hard.
Oh yeah.
Better than us.
Better than us.
Definitely not hard to do.
Right.
Yes, for sure. Okay. My grandfather was born in the 1920s when the prohibition had just ended over here, but the sale of alcohol was heavily regulated by the government. Having been born into a mixed ethnicity family, he didn't have many opportunities in life, so he followed his father's footsteps into alcohol smuggling.
That sounds so fun.
Right? I mean, what an exciting life.
Right? That's like our grandpa Paul.
Yeah. I need to know more about him.
Yeah, he had a cool life.
Yeah. Russian vodka was in high demand until the Second World War put an end to his business. He joined the Finnish army and survived both the Winter War and the Continuation War on the Russian front, which put him off further dealings with the vodka makers. He was a crafty man, so he picked up clocksmithing and married an older woman.
I love all of it.
And I'm crafty. I know older women no more.
Right?
I say that because I'm older than my husband, so that is a very smart move, a clockmaker. Okay, so they had an interesting life, but that's a long story for another time.
Sounds interesting.
We want to hear it. I mean, paranormal
might not make the podcast, right? I want to know it.
Just write it into us. We'll read it.
Write a book.
We could put that on a Patreon thing. You'd hear this whole story on our Patreon. All I want to say is that if there's a way to contact us after death, my border skipping, bullet dodging, serial entrepreneur grandpa would be the one to figure it out. My grandfather was so excited to welcome me to the world.
Oh.
I was his first grandchild, and he loved children.
Oh,
he sounds
sweet.
So hot, doesn't he? like he's like, rugged. He's kind of like living on the edge. He's dangerous, but then he's got the sensitive side. He loves children. I'm like, this guy, if he weren't dead, or if I were
born in the 1920s.
Well,
I mean, that's quite an age gap.
Yes, and I would not be an older woman at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't be attracted to me, I guess. Unfortunately, he passed away when I was less than a year old.
Oh.
I know. That's when things got weird. One night, I was asleep in my crib and started fussing. It was my dad's turn to get up. Oh. These are how the Finland men are, Erin.
Yeah.
The Finland men take turns. They get up just like the women do. It was his turn. Just take a second. Let that sink in. I've always said I need to go to Finland. I might just need to move to Finland and find a Finland man, though, who's been raised there and will get up with the children. Okay.
You're going to have more?
No. But she's still in the phase.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you better get on it.
Right? No, seriously. It was my dad's turn to get up, so he walked into my room and saw his father standing over the crib, holding my toy ball in his hands, showing it to me. I was happily cooing at the ball. So my dad thought, oh, nice. Grandpa has it covered. I can go back to bed. Oh. He did. In the morning, he wakes up, realizes that his dad is dead.
Oh, my gosh.
And he has left the baby with a dead person in the middle of the night. He rushes into my room where I was happily sleeping. He was shaken up about it, but didn't want to tell my mom how irresponsible he was. So he just went to work.
Oh.
Total dad. Not a total dad. He got up with that baby. He tried. And Grandpa was already, and
yeah,
another man was there to help out. You would probably like men if we lived in Finland.
I agree. Mm-hmm. Fine, I'll move with you.
Right? Okay. A few weeks go by, and my mom mentions something, how she's so tired some nights that she sees things. Turns out they have both been seeing him, but didn't want to say that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Erin's jaw just dropped. But didn't want to say that because they didn't want to sound crazy. And I love this line because I think all parents are. My parents are communicationally dysfunctional, but decent people.
Decent. They're fine.
Decent. They're fine. They try. I've heard this story just twice, which is rare because my dad usually likes to tell things on repeat. Then years passed and I mostly forgot about it until something happened to me. I was going to get married to my long-term boyfriend, and the night before the ceremony, my grandfather came to me in my sleep. We sat outside my grandmother's place and talked. It was a really good talk about life. I don't remember the details anymore. I just remember it was deep and felt warm and encouraging. And when I asked him where my grandma was, he said that she's out running some errands. Let's face it, she never truly cared.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if that's a language thing or not, because I've reread that line over and over again. I'm like, what? She didn't care about what?
About being
her?
a grandma? Being a grandma, I guess.
Maybe.
Like he was the one who was excited.
Yeah. I want to know that whole backstory because she said a very interesting life.
Yeah. She was older. She was like, look, I've seen kids. They're fine.
Been there. Done that. I'm good. You want to go visit her? Fine. Go visit her. Oh, tell her congratulations on her wedding. I could care less. I am tired and cranky and I got errands to run in heaven. I am done. Oh, that's funny. I woke up and felt he's still around somehow. It's funny though, because for me getting married was less of a milestone than getting a mortgage together. Why he chose to come over that night is beyond me. I mean, it is a little more ceremonial, the wedding, than it is the mortgage. That'd be really funny. He's like, so I heard you got a mortgage. Thanks for the podcast and greetings from the land of the midnight sun.
Oh.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's another name for one of the Twilight books. Midnight Sun.
Is it in Finland?
No.
Then they're just stealing things. They're just stealing things.
Okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna go back. Ooh, that is very interesting. That is so weird that they both were seeing the grandpa.
Right.
And that they don't really like talking about it.
Yeah.
That makes me think, remember Nancy's story from a long time ago where
oh yeah.
Like the car neighbor. Wreck and I don't think it was the neighbor. The guy had just recently moved.
Oh, that's right. Into the house.
Yeah.
It was the person who lived there before.
Right. And her dad doesn't like to talk about that story, which is unusual. So like somebody who tells those stories all the time suddenly has such a good one and is like, I don't want to talk about it.
Keep it to myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spooky. It is. And I know there's skeptics out there and I have my theory, but I don't touch family stories like that because that's such a sentimental moment for her to have that dream. Yes, I think it was a dream, but I think it was a beautiful, lovely dream that was there for a reason.
Yeah, a reason that her grandpa was visiting her. I agree. We agree for once.
Oh, so there you have it.
Man, you got off easy this episode.
I know, I really did. Aliens and then family fun that I don't touch. So those stories were amazing, but we still have some time left. And I kind of did a little last minute hustle on our own Facebook page. Just threw it out there because one of our listeners, and I don't know, maybe look it up, which one posted the meme.
Oh, it was from Umi, and she is one of our moms of the kids that I teach. So
nice, yes.
I teach two of her kids, and she posted something, and it got, so much. So thank you for that. Lots of people were chiming in.
It was very funny. It was like
predictive text.
Yeah, predictive text, and you typed in, I hid the body, and then you just go through the predictive text, and they were hilarious. Like all of them were pretty funny, and some pretty weird, and but everybody had a lot of fun. So I thought, well, I'll just get on here and I'll just ask anybody on here, have you ever had, a paranormal story? We need it for tonight, or a dead body story.
Right.
So it doesn't really fit because, dead bodies are real. They happen all the time. But a friend of mine from a long time, I've been friends with her for probably 20 years now. She posted on there like, oh, I've had lots of dead bodies.
Yeah, I've seen so many dead bodies I don't want to talk about or something.
Like I've encountered what? You have never told me these stories. So so then she just kind of went on to tell her story on Facebook. And I thought, oh, no, this is good. This is good stuff. So we deleted those. And now we're going to read. I read them, but Erin's going to cold read them now. So she has not read them yet.
Yeah. Okay. So when she wrote that little I don't know, clickbait message, I put the little gif of Michael Scott, Well, go on.
Yeah, tell us more.
So she wrote back, Aaron Sexton, LOL. This is an honest to God true story. I was a nurse at ECH and came into my shift on the personal care unit to find a cold, dead body in bed.
Oh,
a cold? How long was it there?
Right. Well,
at that time, we had to perform CPR on anyone that was not DNR until the MD or paramedics gave us the okay to stop. That's awful.
Right.
So I started with CPR on a cold, hard body. Oh, that is so gross. I'm sorry to react so much, but I'm like, this is my first time reading it.
Yeah.
What's so weird, you ask? It was Halloween and oh my gosh, and I had dressed like a pregnant nun in the Episcopal Church. Oh
my gosh.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So when the entire staff, EMS and management care came in, I was doing chest compressions as a pregnant nun on top of a blue, clearly dead woman.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is why she is hilarious. The fact that she would dress, like pregnant nun is funny, but she works at the Episcopal Church home and she dressed like a pregnant nurse on her at work, like on her shift. Oh, it's hilarious.
It's amazing. The next story was that I had never met my neighbor, but the newspaper guy said, hey, your neighbor may need help. He hasn't picked up his paper for a week. Oh, no.
Right.
So I walked over with this random dude. The garage door was wide open and the back door was propped open. The house was a mess. Finally made it to the back bedroom and the man was naked, purple, lying face up, dead. Oh, and naked. Gross. The news
face up.
Oh, you see it all.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. The newspaper guy freaked out. I bet, golly, and left me there. Oh, jerk.
Right.
This is why I don't like men. Okay, no. Then I called the cops. The front door and all the windows were literally bolted from the inside.
Right.
Ooh, he had never left his home, and oddly, the back door and garage door were open, but he was naked in his room. I mean, it's a good place to be naked, I guess. The cop said nothing looked odd, and he died of natural causes. I'm not going near that house.
Ooh, right.
Okay, now this last one, you didn't get to this part,
I haven't
right?
read this one either. No.
Okay, this last one is cold read for both of us. I have been with multiple people as they have taken their last breath. Oh, nurses, you guys are amazing.
God bless them.
That's probably the eeriest thing ever. Many people go peacefully, but I will never forget this one lady that everyone hated.
Oh.
She was mean and hit, spit, screamed at everyone. She had a caregiver that she would shout racial slurs at. Oh, no. Yikes. And no, it was not due to dementia. Her husband literally dropped her at the door and never came back.
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh. Because he wanted nothing else to do with her.
Done.
She was mean to everyone right up until the day she passed away.
Wow.
She told me she didn't want to die because she knew all the things that she had done to others and knew that she was going to hell.
Wow.
Yikes. Then fix it.
Crazy. Wow.
She lasted several days fighting death with a terrible fear. That was painful to watch.
Boy, I bet.
That is awful.
Oh.
If you that's one of the only perks of knowing you're going to die. Fix it before you go.
Yeah.
If somebody was like, you've got, a week.
Maybe she didn't think she could fix it. Maybe she thought she had done such terrible things.
Well, at least she still sucked. But she was mean till the day she died. Yeah. So at least the last week, be like, you look lovely.
Right.
You.
Yeah, play
thank you
hope
so
this counts
much
for something.
For helping me in these final hours.
Oof. Wow.
Golly, that sucks. Well.
Yeah, I don't know where to go from there.
I know, what an ending.
Normally we do debunking, but that's all real shit that happened. Right. But the image of her as a pregnant nurse, oh my gosh. It's cracking me up.
I know.
She is so funny. She is themed parties and a wonderful sense of humor.
That's awesome.
Zimmerman Art Glass is honored to memorialize your deceased loved one or pet by enhancing their cremation remains in beautiful art glass. Choose from over 150 glass designs, including custom jewelry, paperweights, and sculptures. Prices start at $40, allowing you to choose multiple pieces to share with your family. They are a third-generation family-run business dedicated to creating the perfect piece of memorial glass for you and your family. Visit their webpage at artzglass.com or call 812-738-2206. They encourage you to visit their glass-blowing studio to discuss your project and watch them work. They are located just 20 minutes from downtown Louisville in historic Corydon, Indiana. So my friend Jeanette just sent more information about the first body.
Okay, and Jeanette's the stories I just read.
The stories that we just read, but I'm sorry, not the first body, the second body, the neighbor that she went in and found.
Uh-huh.
She said, OMG, girl, the house next door was so freaky. He had bolts on everything, like he was scared of something or someone. Ooh. Every single shade in the entire house was pulled down, so it was really dark and stuff on the floor like he'd been pushed off the dining room table.
What?
He was completely butt-ass naked, lying on his back next to the bed with only socks on and a chain necklace. He wasn't that old, maybe 65. The back door wasn't just unlocked, it was propped open. Both the screen door and the main and the garage were wide open. Very, very weird.
That is so weird.
Like she sensed foul play is what it sounds like. And the police were like, it's fine.
Right. Ooh, yikes.
And then she said, the lady who lives there now has a dog that constantly runs away. The dog always comes straight to my house and begs at the door for me to let him in.
Aww.
I have 4 dogs. 3 are very aggressive. No dogs ever want to come inside my home. But this dog does. Like, get me away from that house.
Well.
When I have told this story before, people think I'm a complete nut for entering a house like that with a strange man. LOL. But it's weird. I'm not really afraid of anything. And it's not until later that I think,
Well, that's your badass nurse.
That's right.
Background.
Yeah, you just go into it. You see it and you have to go into that danger. That may not have been safe. LOL. Remind me to tell you of a time I was in the witness protection program. LOL.
What?
True story.
Are you allowed to say that? We've already said her name.
I don't know.
Said was past tense.
Definitely have to text her and find out.
We might bleep that whole part out.
That last part might not be in here.
Oh my gosh.
So this has been a crazy, fun, interactive night.
Absolutely. And now I got a story too.
Nice. I love it. We're just sitting here. We just posted that and we're sitting here getting dings, ding, dings.
I know. It's like interactive choose your own adventure or something.
Yes. And tonight's own adventure is dead bodies. We went rogue.
Okay. Since I read your story cold, I want you to read my friend's story. Okay. So here we go. This is from my friend Mindy.
Okay. I'm excited because your reactions were quite big.
Yeah, it's wild.
Okay. If you still need a dead body story, I love that people are probably like, if only they did dead body stories. Got a million of those.
I know. I like your post. I think you meant like send in a paranormal.
I meant
speaking
about
of
a dead body, right? I meant about like a paranormal, like
speaking of dead people.
Yeah, but no.
Now apparently a lot of people hid the body, and now we're ready to hear about it.
I love it. Okay, so if you still need a dead body story, I have a creepy one. When I was in preschool,
yep.
I went to Margaret Ann's nursery school, and one of the teachers there was Mrs. Moody, and she lived up to her name. Oh, I got my mouth washed out with soap.
Oh, we got to tell that story about Mom at some point.
Oh my gosh, it's a good one. And she made us all clean our plates. I distinctly remember having to eat red beans and rice. Who serves red beans and rice to 4-year-olds? Good point. Anyway, fast forward to when I'm in college and I hear this story about how there was a garbage can full of body parts on someone's lawn and everyone just thought it was a mannequin. No, it was Mrs. Moody.
I mean, come on.
Her deranged son killed her and put her out with the trash. This happened in St. Matthews. I shit you not.
Isn't that nuts? And then she links the article.
Oh my gosh. Maybe Miss Moody should have been a little less moody.
Well,
maybe her son. Maybe
let's not victim blame.
No, I'm just saying. Maybe how many times did you wash your kid's mouth out with soap?
Okay, yes, you're right. You're right. But again, we're not going to victim blame. But
No,
wow,
not at all.
that was crazy story.
Holy crap, man!
All right, well, boy, what an exciting
night.
Exciting. I mean, just they're coming in as we talk.
Who knew all of our friends had such great stories about dead bodies?
I know. I'm a little nervous.
We picked the wrong niche. It was as soon as your dead body stories, but we both believe in those, so nothing we can do about that.
Yeah, nothing to be skeptical there.
Right.
Okay, well, because it was such an impromptu night, I did try to get a fan favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I actually tried twice.
Okay.
And I haven't heard back, so I don't know what they want to plug. So I will save both of those people for future episodes. What I think instead, I think we should give the people, our mothers, soap in the mouth.
Oh my gosh.
Wash your mouth out with soap story.
Yeah, let's make our mom our fan favorite this week.
Oh, there you go.
What we'll plug for her is washing kids' mouths out with soap. If they cuss, so you go.
We will plug, be a good storyteller. If you're going to tell a story 100 times, you better make sure you're good at it, because that's how mom is.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's go for it. This story cracks me up. Our mother, we all grew up going to camp, and mom loved camp too. So she would go as an adult leader. And even well after once we were teen leaders, she would still do it. So one year she went, and there was this little bratty girl who kept trying to like exclude half the cabin. Uh-huh. And at 4-H camp, I mean, you know the story, I know, but at 4-H camp, there is, really the teen leaders are in charge until the last night when the teens have a party. So that's the night the adult leaders are finally in charge of the rest of the cabin. So mom is sitting there trying to teach these girls how to play Pig, which is a great card game. And this little bratty girl keeps kicking people out of their room because they were it's a cabin with one big room and 2 small rooms. And she kept trying to kick people out. So mom said, no, you need to leave that door open. Anybody is allowed in there. Like, you're not the boss of this room, whatever. And this was Thursday night. She had had enough of this girl. This girl keeps shutting the door as soon as mom isn't paying attention.
The balls on that girl, because our mother, she did not know.
She did not know what she was doing. So mom decides to move the card game in the threshold of the room. She is sitting in the middle of the doorway.
I see your door closed. I'm going to raise you a threshold sitting.
So while she's sitting there, like, she goes and settles down. She's like, okay, we'll play right here. It's fine. She hears this little bratty girl go, well, shit.
Also, you wouldn't know it by our mouths, but our mother and father both do not condone cussing.
No. So mom whips around. I wasn't there, and I can see this whole story. So
yes.
So visually, she whips around and says, what did you say? If I had a bar of soap, I would put it in your mouth right now. And another little girl said, asshole. And mom lost it.
Mom's like, they're all revolting.
What is going on? This usually works.
My own children go running and screaming and crying. Why aren't these?
Right?
They're all cussing me out.
So she,
oh my gosh,
she sits there in shock and then goes, you know what? I do have a bar of soap. Gosh. Please do not sue my mom. I'm not saying any names here.
She should have been sued.
She should have gotten in a lot of trouble. She goes to her room, pulls out her bar of soap.
Cannot believe she did this.
And shoves it in the second little girl's mouth. The little girl who said asshole. The little girl, with huge eyes,
oh my God,
spits it out and goes, I said I have soap.
She's just so country.
Oh my gosh.
It sounded like asshole.
Asshole. Oh gosh. So then mom,
imagine
it. Now she's like, oh shit, what do I do?
Don't tell your mom. Don't tell your mom.
No, instead she turns and looks at the first little girl who's now shaking, hiding under her blanket, and she goes, like it was planned, now let that be a lesson to you. I don't want you to act like that again.
She doubled down.
Oh my God.
She doesn't admit her. Oh, that is mom.
That poor little girl was like, I'm trying to help you.
I got a bar of soap.
She's been a bitch all week. I have soap.
Please put that soap in her mouth. I got some in my own.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, our mother.
I am so glad that naturally came up because that's one of my favorite mom stories.
It is because, and if you know our mom, you could just see she is like, she loves bigger than anybody in this world, but she's got a fierceness about her.
Oh,
There are certain lines you do not cross.
Yeah.
And being shitty and mean and bratty, she will not tolerate it.
No, not a bit. Oh, so funny.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, let's move on. Thank you guys so much for listening to this really random episode, actually, by the time we finished.
It's like a quilt piece kind of.
I know.
Like everything was just matched together, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. So if you want to follow us on social media, we are on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. If you want to join our Patreon, we'd love to have you with us. Just search our name in the Patreon app. That's the easiest way to do it. Or find our link in the notes. You can help us out by sending in stories. We really need them. Our next episode is probably going to be sleep paralysis because we have a ton of those, but we need more ghost stories too, so we can have more. So this isn't over. Right. It's just going to be a dead body story podcast from now on. So send those to myskepticalsister@gmail.com. You can rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, and tell anybody who you like.
Yeah, spread the word, please.
Tell people you don't like. I don't know why I said you don't have to like them.
Yeah, they don't have to like you to listen to us.
Yeah, right. I mean, maybe you're not as cool as we are. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You went there.
I'm kidding. You're way cooler. I get it.
No, we are well aware that our listeners by far are way cooler than we are.
We don't know why you're listening to us at all, but we are grateful. We want to keep doing it. So thank you guys so much, and we will talk to you all next week.
Cheers.
La 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 la.
I have been with multiple people. Okay. I'm sorry.
That's a lot of information.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
That was my chair.
Okay.
My chair.
You are being recorded, but whatever.
It was my chair. I would own up to it. No, I wouldn't. I would totally blame it on the chair, but that really was the chair.
Okay. Yeah, I can't commit to weekends. It's my only time seeing kids.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. I mean, how much do you like him?
I'm a pretty big fan. Despite how little I like men, I really do like him. Which is a couple hours north.
And you think that Illinois is north, or we're north?
We're north
of Illinois.
Yeah.
Are we?
I am almost positive. St. Louis, right?
I feel like they might be up a little. Now, don't you feel smart when you do this?
Yeah, I think I was thinking that. I was thinking that. Okay, we got to do that whole thing again. I can't. I'll put it in bloopers.
I felt so bad because you were so confident. I didn't want to rain on your parade.
Okay, hold on. I just got to go back. Hold on. When did I start sounding stupid?
Good luck. Figure that one out.